Hi, and welcome back to Thought for Your Penny. I'm Brian Penny, your resident ghostwriter, and today we're going to be interviewing some of the contestants from The Voice. The Voice is a singing competition show on NBC where hopefuls get on stage and perform for four music industry veterans. This year's judges are John Legend, Blake Shelton, Gwen Stefani, and Kelly Clarkson. We're going to be interviewing a few of the contestants from each team and putting them in each video, so if you want to see the rest of them, check the comments below for the links. In this video, we're going to be talking to some of the contestants that are on Team Gwen, starting with Lauren Frihauf. Lauren, go ahead and introduce yourself. I hope I pronounced your last name right.
My name is Lauren Friedhoff, and I'm from Eastern Colorado.
Okay, we've got another talkative contestant. So what was it that brought you to The Voice?
I auditioned for The Voice because it's been a dream of mine since I was little, and it's just such a special opportunity to work with the best of the best in the business and to share some music with the world. Is Wiggins?
I could see why Gwen likes you. So tell us a little bit more about your upbringing and where you came from.
My hometown is Wiggins, Colorado. Our friends and community there have been so supportive, and my dad, my grandparents, my brother's fiance will all be cheering me on.
That kind of support, especially when going through such a hectic production. So what was it like working during the COVID-19 summer? So what was it like working in the social distancing rules of COVID-19?
Going through production was definitely different from what I expected, especially since we're under such different circumstances than we would be in any other time. But we're wearing masks and we're social distancing, but we've stayed here for quite a long time, and it's been really amazing to get to know everybody here. This is just such a talented and kind and beautiful group of people.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you got to do this. So tell us about the road that you went through to get here. Like, what's your singing? What's your
I've been singing my whole life. I was singing all around the house as a kid. It probably drove my parents crazy, but I started taking vocal lessons when I was 11, mainly opera and theater songs, but I started doing more contemporary music when I found the School of Rock, and that's where I really explored a lot of different genres, and I grew as an artist.
That's awesome. You're definitely in the right place to get a lot of growth. You've got some great coaches. What was it like in the blind audition for them?
Blind auditions, that was really an incredible day. When I saw that my top two coaches, Gwen and John, had turned for me, I was in shock, honestly. I didn't expect that at all. I ended up choosing Gwen because she is a strong woman in this in the music business, and she's definitely a rocker chick. I love rock music, and I thought that she'd be an amazing role model.
Yeah, I can see what she sees in you. You guys have a similar style sometimes. What have you learned from her from all of this?
I think that Gwen is a really good fit for me because she does have that rock background, and she definitely started really young, so I think that we'll have some things in common. I think she'll just have a lot of great advice.
Yeah, she's a character. She's been around for a long time, and she's ridden the top of the chart. She's got so many awards. It's insane what she's done as both a lead singer of a band and as a solo artist. You're definitely going to learn a lot from her. Do you have any specific advice that she gave you?
Gwen is really sweet. She's just such a kind person, but she definitely gives a lot of good advice, um, warming up the tone, and kind of how to do so. And she also kind of reminds us of things that, along the way you might forget when you're kind of immersing yourself in the song. So she's definitely given us some great points.
That's awesome. That's really good to know. And besides Gwen, like who else do you listen to? Who else is your inspiration?
I could go on and on, but I guess my top artists that I'm really influenced by and that inspire me, especially right now, are Alan Stone, Amy Winehouse, Hiatus Coyote, Emily King, Brandi Carlile, Chris Cornell, and Robert Plant.
That's a nice mix, a nice musical mix there. So, what are you hoping to get out of this season of The Voice?
This season, I definitely want to emotionally connect. I want the audience to really to hear my message, not only just hear me sing, but to hear what I have to say. And I think that's really important, especially during this time. I think connecting is just really vital. And I also want to kind of push myself in song selection with my range and my power, and I just want to see how far I can go as a vocalist.
That's good. So, what if you win?
Oh my gosh, it would mean the world to me to win The Voice. That'd be something I'd use for getting into college, and also I would make a lot of albums with that. That'd be amazing.
That's awesome. So, do you have any interesting facts you can tell all your fans so they can throw it out to each other to test them?
I don't know if this is too interesting, but my two favorite books are Meditations by Marcus Aurelius and Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Lauren. And we're going to go ahead and move on. Next up for Team Gwen, we have Paige Turner. Paige, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everybody what you're about.
Hi, my name is Paige Turner, and I am from Seattle, Washington, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. So one of the biggest reasons that I auditioned for The Voice was because I wanted the world to be able to see who I was as an artist and as a musician. And The Voice gives such a great opportunity to singer-songwriters and artists who are looking for something bigger in their career. So I decided I was going to audition, and
Awesome, awesome. You just jump on right in. So, tell us a fun fact about yourself.
a fun fact about me, I was a professional athlete in college. I ran track. I did the pentathlon indoors, and then I did hurdles, long jump, triple jump, and then javelin outdoors for the.
Nice. So you're multi-talented. You're athletic and creative. I like that. And so, what are you doing on The Voice? What's your goal?
So because of COVID, it's been an interesting part of production. I would say production has been a little bit more difficult in the sense of adjusting to social distancing and adjusting to new rules and regulations and so forth. But thankfully, I feel like The Voice has done a really good job of making sure that we're all safe and we're protected, and that's greatly appreciated, honestly. So my singing journey, I would say, started when I was a kid. My mom taught me how to harmonize and just sing in general. I grew up behind the stage, which was an awesome experience. She did a lot of musical theater.
Nice. So tell us a little bit more about your singing journey.
And I really genuinely enjoyed being backstage, and I think I fell in love with music at the age of probably 5. And at about 6, I knew that I wanted to be a professional musician, and it's been that ever since. And I started my actual professional career in 2017, in July actually. And I did my own show. I ran my own show at.
Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just edit that out later. So, how would you describe your singing style?
To describe my singing style, I honestly think a good comparison to who I am as a singer would definitely be someone like Leanne Mahavas, which she's a UK artist, Brittany Howard maybe, and yeah, that's really it. I really think my style is particular. I would say alt soul rock with a touch of jazz. It really just depends on what I'm singing.
That's a nice. That's a nice way to describe the style. So, how did it work out on the show? Like, what was it like on stage?
The moment that the coaches turned around for me was honestly a surreal moment. I think, honestly, I don't know how to describe the moment because I think it was just really shocking but awesome at the same time. The adrenaline that went through my body was incredible. I remember jumping and fist pumping to the ground. It was a really crazy moment. I chose Gwen as my coach, and one of the biggest reasons why I chose Gwen as my coach is because I feel as though we embody the same style, that kind of alt rock type of vibe where we push ourselves to the edge and we perform crazily on stage, and that's just kind of who I am as an artist. And I think she does a really good job of branding artists like me. I think if anyone in those coach chairs would be anything like Paige Turner, it would definitely be Gwen, and I think we have a lot of similarities. Yeah. And one of the biggest things that I've learned from Gwen, I would say, is definitely perseverance and to challenge yourself. And, like, at all means, always challenge yourself. Like,
I'm glad you ended up with Team Gwen. So, who else are your influences?
I would say some of my biggest inspirations are Hiatus Coyote, Leanne La Havas, Sade, and another artist that I really look up to right now would probably be X. It's very like alternative indie. It's great stuff.
That's awesome. And what do you hope to get out of this journey?
Some ways that I feel as though I would like to be challenged and challenge myself in is definitely how I approach music. I think one of the biggest things that this show is going to give me is an opportunity to approach music differently than I would in general. And I'm really looking forward to that challenge. And I also want to challenge myself genre-wise, especially. And I would say vocal range-wise. I think one of the biggest things that I'm known for is singing low. And as much as I like that, I would love to challenge myself to sing a song that pushes me out of my comfort zones in the sense of belting high notes or singing high notes. So, yeah.
Great. And unfortunately, we're running short on time, so we have to let you go. But I appreciate you stopping by, Paige. And that was Team Gwen. If you guys want to see any of the other teams from The Voice for the season 19, go ahead and click down below the links. And see you next time.